Hey YouTube, my LOL's kind of broken right now, so I can't really record anything interesting. But I've been playing some StarCraft, so I thought I'd record just a few little replays I played, and show you how I play, what my train of thought is, and just see how it goes from there. If you like it, right, well, I'll make some more. So this is me, I'm Meglathon, of course, and I play Zerg. And this is a game on Antigua Shipyard versus Circle, who is going to be our Protoss up here. I'm not very good at StarCraft. I'm a silver level player, but I consider myself pretty decent. Let me put up the nameplates here. No, not even not decent, but competent. Like, I know the strategies. I know how to metagame shift. I keep myself up to date with that. Excuse me. So I'm gonna run through a chain of thought. So for now, nothing really interesting going on in the beginning. There never is. Protoss dropped the pylon and scouted first. So that's what Circle did. Me, I sent my Overlord straight cross position. Here's a little trick I picked up from D Apollo. If you haven't subscribed to my, highly suggest you do if you're interested in StarCraft at all. Is that you always send your first Overlord away from your natural. So we see my natural expansion would be here, and so I sent my Overlord up north. So he's gonna get scout of my base. He's not gonna find anything really interesting yet because I played a really safe build. I dropped my spawning pool at 4 on my fifth. I built 15 drones to drop a spawning pool, so 15 spawning pool because I like to be a little bit more greedy. I'm just gonna chase this probe out of here because I don't trust probes. Because if you can't, a lot of Protoss I find on a ladder, especially in the lower leagues, if they think they can get away with hiding a pylon close to your base, they'll do it. So I always just like chasing it away. What you shouldn't do is keep chasing away like this, because I obviously went to the center of the map, and of course I was getting us out of his base with my scouting drones, as I found out it was here. Now I left my Overlord there, but I think I sent it to I sent it to the corner so I knew when he would expand, which is really good to know, because you always want to be one base ahead of your opponent when you're playing Zerg. So there goes my expansion. And am I getting gas? No, I get gas really late this game, so don't do that. If about halfway done your spawning pool, you should drop an extractor. It's a good strategy, and you start harvesting, and you get 100 gas real quick, so you can get your speedlings. Now, what's our opponent doing? He's playing really standard. Drop the gateway, drop the cyber core, and did he completely wall himself in? I think he did because he cancelled it. Yeah, so I think, I don't know if he walled himself. Nope, okay. See that? This isn't a really good wall because if I wanted to, I could bring up some Zerglings and just attack the gateway here. And he can't move out. If he moves out with Zealous, I'll just go around him and go into his middle line. That would be the plan. But it's not a bad wall because it will deter players from actually coming up to your ramp. It's like, oh shit, there's a wall there, so you're probably going to back out. Which I do that. I would do that. So I drop a spine crawler. I always drop a safety spine crawler, just in case they decide to rush me at all. And I just transfer about 6 drones from my my main, and I'm just harvesting gas. And I haven't started speed yet either. So yeah, so nothing interesting is going on right now. Just like I'm droning up. He's making. We stopped making probes. He stopped making probes, which is not a good thing. You want to always be making probes. So there he goes. Oh nope. Always chrono boosted. His warp gate. Well, yeah, makes sense. So I'm making a couple lings. And yeah, so this is like really low level. Like APM's probably in the 30s. Yeah, I'm 30, 40 APM. So now I'm moving on with my Zerglings here. Put back to production tab. And this is just to see what's going on. Is it because unfortunately I wasn't too smart. I put my Overlord way too far. So I can't really. I can kind of see that if there were probes harvesting here, but I couldn't tell that he's expanding. So I bring up my Zerglings. Speed is really late. I should have speed like 2 minutes ago. Easy. And just to see. No, come on. Go look up. There we go. So now I'm thinking, okay, well, he hasn't expanded yet. Okay, so I'm not in a big hurry to grab a third, because I'm pretty happy on 2. So I'm just gonna stick around here and see if I can't poke up or anything. He's really well walled in. Plus, he's got a sentry, so he can just force field the ramp right there. So yeah, I'm just gonna stick around, keep my Zerglings there, because I already have some Zergling on the watchtower to keep an eye on the center of the map. So I'm waiting. I have my Overlord spread out here and here to watch out. And I tech up the lair. And for some reason, my queen went to my natural. Huh. Yeah. So, let's see. I am on 26 drones. Now that's a little low. I like to hover around me a lot more than that. He's pushed me away. So he's obviously going to expand here. And just needs the money for it. And there it goes. Nope. Are you going to expand or not? There he goes. So he's expanding at 8 minutes, which isn't much. I think that might be a little late. I think you probably want to expand around closer to 6 minutes, but hey, whatever. I don't play Protoss. I play Zerg, and I pretty much just expand when I can. So I'm starting to produce a few units now because I saw him push out. So he was either going to do one of two things. He was either going to expand or take his army and see if he can't do any damage. So I got nervous, so I made some roaches. And I noticed, well, he hasn't come yet. So I bring up some Zerglings. I'm probably going to poke up the ramp and take a look. Has he expanded? If I see nothing here and no units, I'll be like, okay, well, he put a proxy maybe here. Here's a good place to put a proxy. You can put it on the high ground if you want, so you can bring it on the lower ground. Here also. So he was going to put something close. But he snuck a... But oh yeah, I was able to sneak by his units and get a Zergling in his base. And he was going to die anyway, so I thought, hey, maybe he won't notice and he'll lose some pros, but he didn't. Now he comes and scouts me. And pretty much gets obliterated. So did he see anything of value? No. He saw I had an evolution chamber, a spine crawler. He doesn't know anything about my main yet, which is good for me. Because I teched up the lair. And I am producing my spire. Because my strategy for like pretty much every matchup is I go Mutiling. Because especially for lower league Protoss, they'll tend to like make giant balls of stalkers. And usually like Blink Stalker versus Zergling, a good player will be able to beat it. But in the lower leagues, people aren't that good with their Blink, and they'll just rely heavily on having a lot of stalkers. So if you have enough Zerglings, you should be fine to just rip through them. Because also, especially if they don't make enough zealots, and I find that most players will go for Stalker Colossus, which he will because he dropped his robotics bay right there. Now I know he's expanding. He has expanded. So I do the sensible thing and I dropped my own third. Because you always want to be one base ahead all the time, right? That's what you want to do as Zerg. In the lower leagues, or the higher leagues. Lower leagues is a little bit trickier because people don't play predictably. They'll just do crazy things all over. But you still gotta try and be one base ahead. If you're one base ahead of a Protoss player, you'll always be golden. So now I'm producing a good amount of units, but I'm also producing a lot of drones because I want to saturate my third base. And what's my income? Yeah, so see, I'm on 56 drones to his 28. So my income looks something like this compared to his. I'm the red, he's the blue. And I'm pretty much destroying him mineral-wise. My gas income is low because I think I'm only harvesting from 4 guys. There's 2 there, 3 on each, yes, and 3 there, and 3 there. So yeah, I'm harvesting from 4 geysers, and I should really drop 2 more here and just grab gas because I got plenty of minerals coming in. Because I want to start producing some Mutalisks, right? Mutalisk is 100 minerals, 100 gas, so it's 100% gas dependent. You have as many Mutalisk as you have gas. Zerglings are essentially 25 each because one egg will produce 2 Zerglings. Now, during all this, I'm also researching my melee attack. Unless you intend to go heavy Roach and heavy Hydra, I would not go for missile attacks. I would always go for melee attack because no matter what, once you get if you ever get the tier 3, you're gonna be using either your Ultralisk or your Broodlords, and both of them benefit heavily from the melee upgrade. So I always get the melee upgrade. Usually against Protoss, I like to pump dual upgrades, but since I wasn't sure what he was doing most of the time, I was just getting more attack. So now I'm gonna push out, and he has an observer, so he knows I'm pushing out with both Mutalisks and a little group. So here's what I was thinking. I was like, okay, I'll hit his front with my ball here, which is about 49 units. So mostly Zerglings with a few roaches, the ones I built earlier. And I'm also using my Mutalisk to scout the top right in case he has a ninja expansion. So I'll drop down these rocks in case, hey, he has here, I can get an easy access. You always want to have easy access with Zerg. We always break down the rocks. It's always beneficial if you have more ways to go. It's always beneficial for the Protoss to have chokes, because they have splash damage units like their Colossus. So here comes my Mutalisk, and he was experiencing a little bit of lag. So I come in with my Mutalisk first, because my priority is to try and disrupt the mining at his natural. So I come in with my Mutalisk, and I also notice it's undefended Colossus, so I immediately jump on it, because those are the biggest threat. And I'm not sure if I get it, and I do, which is great. And I pull back, and then I send in my big old group of Zerglings and Roaches, and they're gonna pretty much just distract and probably just shred right through his base, because he's really, really occupied with my Mutalisk right now. And I'm just flying him around and trying not to lose any. And I had noticed I had unpowered his robotic base, so he can't produce Colossus anymore. So this army over here, which has been reduced to 32 units, is really potent, especially since it's mostly Stalkers, and I have a nice big ball of Zerglings. And then he just left the game. So here's a nice two-pronged attack from the left and the right. And I could have probably kept my Mutalisk alive better, but the purpose of that attack was to try and do as much damage to his expansion and not let his income really go in. So that's that. That's Silver League play for me. It's pretty awful, but you know what? It's what I do. Maybe I'll get better, and I'll get better games for you guys. So chill out and have fun.